Okay, so this is something definitely a little bit different. We're actually out in the field and walking up to the job site where we've already got the dig crew out here getting started. So I'm gonna walk up and look at it. Normally my guys come out a day or two before, mark on the ground where we want to dig at, what we want to do. So we're going to come back here and see what's going on.
Slab leak repair, tunneling under a house to repair a water leak. How do we get to water lines to make repairs when they're in an inaccessible area under a house? Here in Texas, we build houses slab on grade, and getting to that problem can be a chore. If you want to know how plumbing really works, you may want to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell, and share this video with anybody you know that's ever had a slab leak problem, foundation problems, or anything like that. This could be valuable information. All right, first of all, I'm sorry I'm late. I got here as soon as I wanted to. Now you're gonna make sure you hang around, because at the end, I'm gonna show you the leak where you actually see it. You see the water spraying, and I'm gonna show you what the final repair looks like, just so you know what's really going on under a house on a slab on grade. So the first thing you do is you come out and you do a sewer water test. Now, we did this on this house because we knew that they were having problems. They actually had hardwood floors in the kitchen, and you'll see in one of the videos that actually right there by where the hole is, the wood had already started rotting. So what you've got to do first is you've got to locate the leak. Now, we located the leak and found out that it was actually under the wall between the kitchen and the living room. And it's not just a wall, it's the wall where the kitchen sink is. So we had a choice. We could make a hole in the living room and get over to it, or we could make a hole in the kitchen right in front of the kitchen sink, tunnel back about 4 or 5 feet to get to the area where we needed to get and give the guys room to work. So we got everything set, got everything marked, got everything lined up, and then it came time to make the hole. Now, a lot of times this is really scary because they had hardwood floors. They had hardwood floors all throughout the house, and it's really to hear through hardwood floors, even with the best leak detection equipment. So what we did, we actually listened to all the angle stops throughout the house. Now, that's normally one of the first steps of leak detection. It was actually so loud right there at the kitchen sink on the hotline, so we literally knew it's really close to here. We went out and identified the area right in front of the kitchen sink for the dig crew to come out. Now, they came in on a Saturday morning, got over there really early, went ahead and started making a hole in the ground. Now, I got there a little bit later. They had already started making the hole, which is great. So what I did is I set up the camera, shot some video to show y'all, because people ask me all the time, Roger, how do they really do this? Well, what they do is, as you see, we had taped off an area. They literally pulled the chip and hammer out. I love the fact that they put wet rags on their chip and hammer, and they put up plastic sheeting around to help keep everything clean. Now, later when I left, the owner even told me, oh my God, Roger, this is so clean. We love the way that your guys do this. Now, this is one of our subcontractors, but we hire the right people because we want people that care about our customers like we do. I get a lot of messages saying, look, is this hardwood floor right on the ground? Well, here in Texas, we don't have basements. Some houses don't even have crawl spaces. Actually, most of them don't. All the new houses that we build now, 99% of them, are slab on grade, meaning they just level the dirt, put forms up, pour concrete. That's where we build the house. Now, of course, they put the plumbing in underneath. Anything that needs to loop up in there all goes under the slab before the pour, but that's where the water lines are. Now, these days we're using PEX, but back when this house was built, it was copper. Now, copper does have some impurities that can cause leaks like this, but we're able to find it and hear it and get right on it. Now, like I said, it's scary because it's a hardwood floor, but with the damage already being done, we knew that we were okay going through the kitchen floor. Now, make sure you hang around till the end too, and I'm gonna tell you why this was a good decision for the homeowner. So first of all, we make the hole there, we mark it, they chip that out, go through the 4-inch to 6-inch slab of concrete, go through the wood floor. And I had a lot of people asking me too, Roger, why didn't they cut that, before they did it? Well, here's the thing. They know they're gonna mess up the wood whether they cut it or not. This is all gonna get replaced. But here's the thing, the flooring people could come in and cut it and square it off and get it just the way they want it. I don't know what they want, what they're looking for. So we say, look, we're just gonna go ahead and make a hole, get everything done, and get out of there. Now, once we make that hole, then they dig down. As you can see, this guy's in the hole about 3-4 feet deep. Then he tunnels over and starts digging over. Now, I love the fact that we didn't want to leave dirt piled up in the house, so we actually carried it outside, laid down plastic, put everything out there, and had a nice little dirt pile, as you see. So the cool thing about it, there's no big pile of dirt in the house. There's a hole in the floor that the guys covered up before they left. It's on the hot water side, so literally they still have cold water in their house. They just have to turn off the hot water at the water heater, and they can continue living there. Once we get over there, once we know right where it is, if the plumber cannot see exactly where the leak is, we have to turn the water on again.
Okay, Eli, go ahead. Okay, you shut it off? Shut it off?
Which now it makes a little bit of a mess because you've got this open water line spraying up under the house. And when you see how big this is, you'll realize they were literally losing quite a bit of water. But once that gets done, now you know right where it is. You come in, you remove that section of pipe. Luckily, this is soft copper, so it moves around pretty easy. Slide it apart, cut a new piece to go in where the hole is, put 2 couplings on there, and braze it. We seal floss everything under a slab. That way we know even if it gets moved around while they're packing the dirt back in, we're not gonna have any problem. So you get to see the leak, you get to see the repair. All that they have to do now is come back and put the dirt in, pack it up, pour the concrete, which they'll do, then the flooring people can come in and do their job. Now, the biggest questions that we get asked all the time, what kind of options do they have? Why didn't you reroute? Well, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. There's a hard ceiling right there without access above them sometimes. Sometimes it's a 2-story. There may be a bedroom, a closet, a bathroom, anything at all above it. So rerouting that line is not always an option. And like I said, there was already damage to the floor. They knew they were going to replace the floor. So this customer preferred to go in through right there, get in there, make the repair, and be done. And that's exactly what we did. Now, the options that we would normally give people are a reroute if it's available, making a hole in the floor right there where we can get to the leak as close as we can to it. The third option, which is really one of my favorites, as near as we can get to this leak from outside, we'll make an access hole and tunnel over. Y'all seen us do that before, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the other big question, and this is the one that I probably get asked the most, pricing. What kind of pricing are we looking at? Well, to tunnel over from where we were outside, I believe was about $20,000. To go where we were from there was about 6 or 7. Now, we have to pay the dig crew extra to haul all the dirt outside. They don't just pile it up right there in the floor. So pricing on that can vary depending on what it is you have done and how far away you are. So the biggest thing is, how far are we away from an exterior wall? And the big thing for them, this is the game changer that made everything wonderful. They were already going to have to replace the wood because of it being damaged right there in front of the kitchen sink. This house is slightly older. That wood cannot be matched. So now the insurance company is going to replace all the hardwood floors in the entire house. That way it matches. So this was very beneficial for the homeowner because it made it easier. We could go in quick, get the repair done, get them closed back up. Now they can move on and start working on new floors. So anyway, this is something that we do a lot. It's something we specialize in, and I think it's great. So if you haven't done it yet, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. And if you know anybody that has ever had a leak under their slab or foundation problems, you may want to share this video with them because these leaks are what lead to foundation problems. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.